Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs, living the dream 2025 is back. Visibility creates opportunity, and the more you're seen, the more doors open for your success. Visibility is the bridge between your expertise and your audience trust.
Thank you so much. So, you know how you have to flow? We gonna flow, and I'm just gonna flow, and we gonna end with a bang, right? Okay, I'm not worried about no PowerPoint, because we're not gonna go through. Don't stress yourself out. I love you. I see how you work hard. I see your compassion. I see your spirit of excellence. It is well. Everything is going the way that God wants it to go. So, my name is Dr. Rita Reneé. I'm your ultimate powerhouse coach. I help women to come off mute, to take that trauma, come out of the shadows, off the sidelines, and on stages to tell their authentic story, whether it's in a book or on the stage, without any apology but all authority. So this is a perfect time to share my story. But first, I want to thank the founder, the CEO of Unity in Service, where people... Dr. Patricia Rogers, thank you so much for this opportunity. So one of the things I wanted to share is sometimes we look at people on the outside and we think they have it all together, correct? Do we do a lot of that on social media? How many of y'all see people in social media say, oh, I wish I was doing that? How did they get that interview? How did they get that bag? How did they get invited to this and that? But I want you to always know that there is a time and a place, and you're going the pace that you have been designed and God has already preordained and predestined for yourself. So you're not in a race with me. You're not in a race with Dr. Pat. You're not in a race with anybody in the room. You're on your own race and your own journey. And when you do this thing with authenticity and you're genuine, that's what's going to gravitate people. So from the age of 5 to the age of 10, I was molested by my uncle. My uncle was about 6 years older than me, and so he kind of groomed me up until the age 10. But all of a sudden, I knew that there was something inside of me that God had me to do. I knew that my journey was not going to be like everybody else's. I used to wonder why is this happening to me? And I remember at the age of 10, I was sitting in my great-grandmother's home, because we were kind of homeless then, and I remember that the ceiling was open and birds would be there, and we would get bird lice. We never had a toilet inside. We had an outside, what they call an outside, outhouse. There it is. I'm getting old. I can't remember everything. But it was an outhouse. And I said, I'm not going to live to see 20. That was my thing as I was growing. I said, I'm never going to live to see 20. Then growing up alone, when I told him, I said, one day, something in my belly said, no more, you're not going to touch me. Now, you all would probably say, hey, I don't want to talk to that person again, but God had something prepared for me in my life. Not only was my uncle molested me, but I had a cousin who was a female who molested me also. So I had all of that going on in my life, and my family all disarray. Father and my mother, they're all fighting and doing all these other things. And I'm like, my life is chaos. And so I believed that's how everybody's life was. So I get married. That's all I knew. So I get married. I think I meet the man of my dreams, tall, dark, and handsome child. Like, I'll never get anybody like that. But I tell you, the first year we got married, he cheated. He said he worked nights. He was at somebody else's house. I had bleach put in my contact solutions. My mom had to take me to the emergency room. I lost my sight for 3 days. I had women calling me, telling me, hey, I had a baby by your husband, and I done had 2 abortions, and I'm on the phone praying with them. Now, that would have caused me to lose my mind. But God. And if you really want to live the dream life, you got to really count the cost. Because when you put on that GPS, does it ever tell you there's a bump in the road? Sometimes they don't even tell you there's an accident. You come right up on it like, okay. Sometimes they even say, you know what, there's a state trooper or something, right? But you already passed the trooper and got the ticket. You don't know how this journey is going to take you, but you have to count the cost. And before you even look at me, you look at Dr. Rogers, before you look at anybody in this room, you better make sure you want to get where we're going to get, because you have a cost that you got to pay. Now, that cost may also call you relationships. Right now, I don't have the best relationships with my immediate family, but you know what? Peace I'm telling you, it's priceless. And if I have to be in a place, but God brought me to people because I put myself out there. I had to be transparent. God brought me the help that I need. I have a beautiful friend, Tabitha. I love this lady. She is younger than me, but I listen to her. I sit at the feet of people that are even younger than me. How many people are able to do that? So as you're going on this journey, don't look at anybody else. You need to have some tunnel vision, and you need to have some clarity, but you also have to be transparent. Hurt people cannot help people. I love it. Now, listen, you were talking my talk, honey, when you were talking about that forgiveness, because I was able to forgive my uncle. I never had him around my daughters, though, but I was able to forgive him because I knew that in forgiveness, God was going to catapult me and my business and my vision to another level. And so your vision is not going to look like everybody else's. I had the honor that God gave me the honor to do my TEDx. So August the 23rd, I did my first TEDx. I'm so grateful to God. Currently, right now, I have like 65,000 views, so y'all go and like it. But that gave me the opportunity even to open doors. But I would have never got there if I hadn't gone through the journey that I went through. And this is what I always want to tell people. Look, you're going to have trials, but your trial is not a credential, it's a testimony. Okay? You may want to sit at the table, but you got to come with something to bring to the table. And I don't believe in just giving people a table just because of their color, just because of their credentials, but it's all about character for me. Because if you don't belong there, then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get that encouragement, you get that extra resource, you get that extra training. So when you come to the table, not only can you get something, you can give something back. And how many of us has given out so much that nobody has willing to give equal out to us? I'm going to be 58 February, and I'm like, no nonsense right now. I think the older you get, you just say whatever you want to say. Because life is short, and we don't care. We on our way to our greater glory, so we don't care no more. That's how I feel. But I do love to encourage women to let them know that you don't have an excuse for anything. And if you don't have a platform, make you a platform. How I became an international speaker and how I became to be on television, I go on television every month. I don't pay $1. Every month I do a segment. It's because I created a lunch and learn at my office for free. Tabitha was there when I started. I would get my little snacks. Dr. Rogers, I would get my little drinks. And guess what? The platform wasn't for me. I would invite women I did not know. I didn't know these people and say, would you be a speaker at my lunch and learn? When I gave them a platform, God gave me a greater platform. So giving, your journey, being genuine, being authentic, making sure that you're healed, giving back without strings attached. Even if people don't tell you thank you, always think about it. This is a journey that God has placed me on. I'm building character. I'm being a better person. I'm being a better wife. And you know what? God was so good that he gave me a better husband. So when I start giving back, he started giving back to me, and I'm so grateful. My name is Dr. Rita Reneé. I'm your ultimate powerhouse coach. I love you to life, and thank you all.